lose Edmondson's British champion at the moment. I believe I can demolish him easily. Suffer now and live the rest of your life a champion, or party now, then suffer the rest of your life. I want to fight in Riyadh season. That's like the main goal.
Okay, Zak Chelli, you have a massive fight coming up on the 27th of June against Adam Hepple. Obviously, the English light heavyweight title is on the line. How are you feeling ahead of the fight?
I'm feeling great. I can't wait. Obviously, my last fight, as you know, was in August last year, and I was fighting for the British and Commonwealth. Unfortunately, that one didn't go too well. But now I'm back with my original camp. I'm stronger than ever. I'm back and focused originally on what I'm meant to do, and I'm really happy that I'm back main event and for a title. So I got to thank Alfie Warren and Boxing Warren management for that.
How do you look back on that obviously fight with Callum Simpson?
I wasn't trained by my dad at the time. My dad had to look and was in Tunisia looking after his mum. The camp didn't go well. I wasn't myself here, and I'd love to have a rematch again, hopefully in the future. Either whatever weight class I can do, super middleweight and light heavyweight, so whatever there is. But I'm focusing now on the future, and yeah, got the English title coming up, so that's great. And main event.
Can I ask what was the deciding factor between going up to light heavyweight?
Well, I'm comfortable at super middleweight, and I'm pretty strong. I've always sparred with like heavyweights, even cruiserweights and heavyweights. So I think as for what, if there's an opportunity there for a fight, let me take it. And after Boxing Warren management, they managed to get me this fight. Said that there's an opportunity here. We believe you can dominate the light heavyweight division because there's Lewis Edmondson's British champion at the moment. I believe I can demolish him easily. Even there's fighters up there who I've sparred, like Callum Smith. I remember sparring him a few times, and I did do pretty well. I think I would say I beat him in those sparring. So if there is opportunity up there, I'd take it.
Your opponent coming up on this occasion, Adam Hepple, when I look through his social media and things like that, he really believes that he can, as he says, rip up the script. He doesn't really have much to lose. He's 5-2 in the professional game. What do you make of your
Yeah.
opponent?
I believe he's won the Northern Area title at super middleweight, and then he's come short twice of two of his fights. Yeah, I'm not going to underestimate any opponent. I'm going to take him as he's a world champion, and do my best. Now that's what I've been training for. I've been training for like a world title fight, so just looking forward to it. I hope he does believe in himself, as every boxer should. Otherwise, there's no point stepping into the ring.
You mentioned your dad earlier on, and could you just tell us how much of an impact he has on your boxing career? Because he was pushing you into the sport right from the
Yeah,
very get-go, wasn't he?
yeah. Basically, ever since I was born, he's been training me. Uh, Properly, I'd say I started properly training since the age of 3 with daily routines of daily little runs, press ups, and doing pads with my dad. Even because my older brother, I have an older brother who's 2 years older than me, we used to train together. So my dad used to push us both into training. My brother also became GB champion as amateur, but then he took the educational route. He's now just completed his PhD in mechanical engineering. Um, but yeah, so my dad used to be a professional boxer himself. And obviously, because he started family early, then he just tried to make his 2 kids into boxers, and well, it's worked out.
I believe he was the Tunisian and the Italian champion, wasn't he?
Yeah,
So
he
he
was.
had a really successful career.
Yeah, I believe as an amateur, Tunisian champion, turned pro in England, and I believe he had a draw with the Midland champion, so he considered himself a Midland champion.
That's brilliant. Um, from your perspective, though, how do you feel like being put into that position as a young child, being put into this sport by your dad? Do you feel like perhaps sometimes he was a bit too hard on you, or looking back, do you feel like he did the right thing because now I am where I am?
Well, looking back when I was younger and I was doing it, training every day, I didn't understand any difference because obviously when you're younger, you don't see nothing different. I thought this is what I'm meant to be doing. I was meant to be boxing because since I was born, I've been boxing. So I didn't say as I grew older, I saw all my friends, going to each other's houses after school, and I'd be like, Zach inviting me. I said, I can't come. I've got a training session. I've got to go to the gym. I've got to eat certain foods. I can't go out. So I understood that, but then now I am realizing, look, it's been worth it. I've become a British champion, Commonwealth champion, WA Continental champion, Southern Area champion, English champion, and now I'm fighting for another English title. So God willing, inshallah, I'll become another English champion again at different weight division, and has become worth it. Because you know what they say: suffer now and live the rest of your life a champion, or party now, then suffer the rest of your life. So that's the way.
And what would be your approach to fatherhood? Would you take your dad's uh, template, would that be a right term? Template
Well,
going
I
forward?
actually I became a father in November last year, so I'm a dad now. To a beautiful little daughter. Um, but having a daughter softens you a bit, doesn't it? So if my child, I don't think I'd all my daughters to box anyway. But if I have a son, God willing, inshallah, I will have a son in the future. If he wants to box, of course, I'll push him towards boxing. And no matter what, I will teach my son how to fight and defend himself and box. But I know to be a boxer, you have to really be dedicated and you have to really want it. So if my son really wants it and really is dedicated, then I will push him towards boxing. But if you don't have the mindset to want it, then it's hard. It's going to be a struggle to force someone to do it.
Obviously, you talked about your brother having a great educational
Mm.
background, but you yourself also, I believe you became a teacher, didn't you, during COVID? Could you tell us
Yeah,
about that a little bit?
I've got a degree in business management marketing, and then I got a teacher's qualification. And obviously during COVID, there was boxing wasn't going on, so my mum said to me, "Listen, you got to have to do something." So I was like, okay. Looked into teaching, and I've always enjoyed, teaching people because I used to teach boxing at university as well. So I was like, me look into teaching, and I became a started teaching at primary schools, then moved up to secondary schools. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I remember when kids found out my name, they would Google me and find out I was a boxer, and then it would disrupt the classes. Some schools I'd go in because I'd be a supply teacher, I'd change schools, weekly. I wouldn't tell them my real name, so they wouldn't Google me and find out I was a boxer, just to make the day a lot easier.
I mean, that was really my next question. I was going to ask you how do you deal with that when they do eventually find out you're a boxer? I'm guessing the discipline in the class gets better.
Well, you think it should get better, but it doesn't actually. Just start talking about boxing. They ask me, "Oh, sir, put up your fight on the screen. We want to watch you fight." And then they start following me on Instagram. They'll start messaging me on Instagram, asking for tickets. So it does get a bit hectic. So I do end up giving a fake name, and just teach it a day normally now. I've learned my lesson.
To become a very high level boxer like yourself and then become a teacher as well, it takes, I think, a lot of ambition. Would you say yourself a very, very ambitious person? And it looks to me like you could bring yourself to a mindset and become anything you'd want to be with your attitude.
Yeah, I genuinely believe anyone can become anything you want, just as long as you put the work in and you focus on that thing, you focus on that goal. Because a lot of people, motivation, and that, but motivation disappears, and so you need a routine. And if I do have a goal for myself, I'll just set myself a routine and I'll stick to that routine because no matter how much I don't want to do it or do want to do it, if the routine's there, I've got to do it.
And just lastly, obviously, you're back in the main event. It's at York Hall, obviously a very famous boxing venue. Where do you see your boxing career, your boxing trajectory going from this point on?
Well, I've proven myself in the British scene, become British champion. I'd love to have a rematch with Callum Simpson. I do believe I can beat him. Um, but yeah, as a heavyweight, then now there's more options. So after this English title, I'm hoping maybe a British and Commonwealth title with Lewis Edmondson, or even better, or we could even if the European scene becomes good with Simpson, I could fight for his European title if he wants that. I don't think he will though. But yeah, the world's my oyster, I'd say, because opportunities are endless, and hopefully I want to find Riyadh season. That's like the main goal.